Sorry, that's just anti-trans.
Someone called Monday Through Friday, and this is, am I trans? 25 signs you may be transgender.
To another episode of Monday Through Friday. My name is JC, and on today's episode, we're going to do a part 2 to a video that I had made quite a while ago. On today's episode, I want to give you 10 examples, 10 signs, if you will, that you yourself or somebody that you know may in fact be a transgender woman. This is going to be...
The science has, it's evolved so much since then, obviously. So we've got 25 now.
How to tell if you're trans, part 2. This one is not going to be a joke video as much as I want this to be a resource for people who are questioning, am I transgender? This is your video to hopefully help you out. And again, this is just criteria I'm putting out there. It does not necessarily mean that you are transgender, but if you have more than a few of these, chances are pretty likely that you might in fact be trans. So again, I will be talking to anyone who is or may be male to female, maybe a trans femme, a transgender woman out there. So with that context, let's get started. Number 1 is, if you are a boy and you refer to things as cute or pretty, not counting women, but if you refer to articles of clothing, stuffed animals, pictures, artwork as cute or pretty, that's a pretty big indicator.
What? I didn't realize it was going to be this weird straight away. If you think things are cute. Has anyone ever called things cute while being male? You might be transgender.
But if you refer to articles of clothing, stuffed animals, pictures, artwork as cute or pretty, that's a pretty big indicator. That's number 1. Number
There you go.
2, if you can name more than 3 transgender celebrities.
Fuck. Caitlyn Jenner. Natalie Wynn, does she count? Fucking Laverne Cox. I can name loads, fuck it. I'm definitely trans then.
Chances are, that's a pretty strong indicator that you're thinking about transgender issues a lot more than your cis friends, a lot more than your cisgender peers. That might be because the whole issue of trans is on your mind, on your subconscious, pretty heavily. Number 3, if liking girls makes you feel gay, if you feel gay for liking girls.
What does it mean to feel gay? Well, is it gay to like girls? I'm not sure, like, how do you feel gay? You know what I mean? I have no idea what that even means, anyway.
The only reason that you would be gay for liking girls is if you were also a girl.
I thought this wasn't, they said it wasn't as much of a joke video as the last one, but this, surely like this is a joke, right? I'm so confused.
I should have picked up on that one in my own life way sooner, but yes.
Yeah, exactly. Like gay is like, you know, liking the same sex. I didn't realize you feel gay. Oh, I don't know.
Liking girls and feeling gay for liking girls, strong indicator that you might be trans. Number 4, you have a working knowledge of computers. Hear me out on this one. You're very familiar with programming. You're very familiar with building or creating or reassembling computers. Hell, if you're just real...
Yeah, every guy who does that is trans. That's actually true. 100% of the time. I'm also crap with computers, but somehow I slip through the net, I guess.
Really good working on the computer, better than those around you. Being a transgender woman usually goes hand in hand with having a very good aptitude when it comes to computers.
This is just like a stereotype. Yeah, here's a happy feeling. Exactly. Hope you're doing good. Super, super. Yeah, this is like a huge stereotype that loads of like trans women go into like computing or like programming or whatever. I don't know. I can never tell if we're meant to be like pushing stereotypes or like rejecting them. It feels like we're inconsistent, you know?
In fact, a lot of early computer engineers and a lot of significant people in the field of computers have been transgender women. Just putting it out there. It's one of our little quirks. We tend to be good with electronics. We tend to be especially good with computers. Alrighty. Number 5. Do you ever look at certain actresses or female celebrities and you're like, wow, I wish I could be like her? If you are a man and most of your heroes, most of the people that you're like, wow, I wish I could be like them, are women, yeah, chalk that one up on the whole, you might be trans. You're so
There you go. If you admire too many women as a male, you must be trans, probably. The stereotypically male seems a heckin' valid. Exactly. Exactly.
subconscious might be telling you something. Hey, you want to be her, go out and be somebody. Go out and be this person. Not specifically her, but you have the power. You have the ability. Go out there and be her. Number
Jesus, that's a bit pushy, right? Oh, you're heavily into anime. I wasn't even listening. I know fuck all about anime. I've seen about 3. And one of them was Pokemon.
You want to be her, go, but you have the power. Person, not specifically her, but you have the
Oh, we're
power.
not even on anime yet.
You have the ability. Go out there and be her.
Yeah, go out and be that female celebrity. You can literally be female, I guess. You look like a terrible version of her, most likely. I don't know. Shouldn't you be like yourself?
Number 6, it's a bit of a stereotype, but if you are heavily into anime, if you are a Western viewer that is big into anime, that's usually one of the characteristics of transgender women.
There we go. It's like, here's like a list of stereotypes. I thought they said it was like not a joke, but I guess, I don't know. I don't understand why you'd like do this, like at all.
Is a lot of us are big into anime. I'm not the biggest fan when it comes to anime, but I do enjoy Black Butler. Team Rocket are my idols. I love Team Rocket. And yeah.
Surely Pokemon doesn't count. Like, you can't say Pokemon when you're talking about anime. If you say like, yeah, I'm an anime fan, I like Pokemon as like a white Western person, surely that's like cheating. It's a bit like saying, yeah, I love rap. I like Eminem. You know what I mean? Like, that's kind of a basic bitch anime opinion. Like, surely that doesn't count. I know fuck all about anime. But like, if I've seen it, it's probably like basic shit, because I don't know fuck all. All 18 to 34-year-old black males are trans women. Oof, yeah, I've got some news for some of the ones that I've met. Is there something going on about making electronic music? There definitely is. I don't know if it's here. Music, there we go. It's going to come up. Unless it's like liking shitty music. But yeah, there's like tons of them.
I'm down with Pokemon. I'm down with Sailor Moon and stuff like that. But
I did creative music technology at university. So like all the guys that were on the course, it was overwhelmingly guys. They must all be trans now, surely.
a lot of my friends are like super into anime and can like name some pretty obscure ones. Number 7, if you...
Oh, you played Yu-Gi-Oh! Yeah, you're fucking trans as shit, unfortunately. I hate to be the one to crack your egg. I was trying to do the opposite, if anything, but you know.
Number 7, if you follow more than one trans content creator, chances are...
This almost feels like it's gonna make like people feel weird for like taking an interest in like any trans issues or something, or like enjoying certain creators and they happen to be trans. Like, this almost feels like shaming in a way. Like, oh, why haven't you transitioned yet? It's like, oh, okay, great. Not that we're recruiting, I guess.
You are either a chaser, or more likely, you yourself are trans.
Either or, like, come on, that's kind of rude.
And have not accepted it yet, or have not had that realization yet. Keep an eye on that one. If you follow more than one transgender content creator...
Okay, if any of you follow anyone except me, then I guess you're probably trans, or you're a chaser. I don't know.
You might be trans. Yeah. Some of my notes. I'm looking at my notes right here to see what other ones I have written down. Here's a good one. Number 8. Your favorite months of the year are Pride and Halloween. If you refer to the months of June.
Okay, I'm not trans. I'm definitely not trans. I fucking hate Pride Month. I'm very, very ambivalent towards Halloween, so I don't know. I don't do like dressing up and stuff.
And October as Pride and Halloween, without saying the actual name of the month, you are.
Oh, so this person is teaching us whether we're trans or not. It's 25 signs you may be transgender. So far we've had, if you're into anime, if you follow more than one trans creator, if you know a lot about computers, you know more than 3 trans celebrities. Yeah, so far. We've got more coming up. They're going to mention music in a bit, which will be fun.
Definitely queer, but you might just also be transgender. Let's see here. Number 9, you can spot any reference to Pokemon, Sailor Moon, or Studio Ghibli films from a mile away. Again, that kind of ties in with the whole anime thing. But being able to identify any reference to Pokemon, Sailor Moon, or Studio Ghibli films from a distance away, that's usually an indicator of being either non-binary or transgender. Just take me for my word on this one. A lot of the folks that I know.
So it's like the opposite of what people are saying. It's like, well, if you like fit in with these like stereotypes, not like if you have this innate kind of stuff. I sort of assumed it would be like more kind of, you know, like personal like feelings and stuff. But it's all like, if you like anime, if you can spot Studio Ghibli, maybe you're non-binary. I saw a trans person, you said, you must love Halloween. I'm pretty sure they wouldn't be too happy. Yeah, because it'd sound like they're taking the piss as if you look like you're dressing up for Halloween. I don't know. I mean, I get it, because like loads of trans people are goths, especially like trans women, because it's one way to deal with being ugly is to like do that really heavy kind of style. You know, they think that maybe they get away with it a bit more because it's like stylized that way. But I don't know. I used to do the same thing. I'm still kind of, people still look at me and think I'm a goth. I don't think I am, but I'm still working my way out of that, you know. Oh, Pit's Not Pity, hi. You're a fan of insanely popular anime studios. Exactly.
You know, that are like, hey, that's Pikachu, that's Totoro, you know what I mean? That's Sailor.
Hey, that's Pikachu. Hey, that's Pikachu. I guess I'm trans. Does anyone here know what Pikachu is? Maybe. Maybe you're trans too. I'm so sorry. I hate to be the one. I'm cracking so many eggs. This isn't what I'm trying to do. I should probably stop this video for the sake of anyone watching.
Neptune. They happen to be trans non-binary. Number 10. Your phone's storage is mostly memes and selfies. If you have a phone.
My phone storage is mostly memes and selfies. Like, okay, most women then, I guess. Shit. No wonder the ratio shifted so much. If you have memes and selfies mostly. I don't think I have many selfies in my phone. I don't take that many, but like I have a fair amount of memes, or what someone like me would call memes, so I don't know.
Phone. If you have a phone and its storage space is running out because you have far too many selfies and you have a wide category of memes.
You're a narcissist and you like memes. I don't know.
That's another indicator that you might be transgender. Yeah. Number 11. Do you wear makeup? Do you?
Do you wear makeup? I don't know if this is supposed to be more aimed at like males, you know? And like I wore makeup for years before I transitioned. I was always like a fanboy, you know? Number 10, do you breathe every day? True.
Are you wearing makeup to feel better? Or are you like, hey, there's some kind of party, event, or some kind of thing going on at work?
Okay, there we go. If you're just a normal woman, you just put on makeup for parties because, I don't know, it's what you do, I guess.
In school?
If you have a phone.
I can use this opportunity to put on some makeup. That's an indicator right there. If you were the first one to sign up for, yep, let me do that.
Yeah, I'm always like that. I'm like, oh shit. Yep, there's the makeup. Come on.
Chances are you might be transgender. Number 12, most of your friends are girls. You just happen
Like male goths. I mean, to be fair, plenty of male goths probably are going trans, to be fair, so.
to get along with girls a lot better than your male peers.
I heeg. If you have autism, it most likely means you're gay. Yeah, true.
Well, that's because you're part of the clique. Congratulations, sister. You're one of us.
Oh, people definitely want confirmation. I mean, getting validation from other people is like a huge part of this. You're choosing a different group of people to get the validation from, and then everyone else hates you. So you've got your two sides all worked out. It's really easy, you know? It's actually the easiest thing in the world being trans.
Lucky number 13. Are you big into witchcraft? Are you
Witchcraft. Okay, pagans. Any pagans here? You're all trans. Sorry, I didn't make the rules.
big into the supernatural? Guess what? Not all witches are women, but a lot of us are. So you yourself might end up being a transgender witch.
This person's a witch. I shouldn't be very surprised. I'm sure there are lots of transgender witches. Because listen, if you're gonna commit to one kind of out there thing, you're probably into all kinds of other like out there things. I kind of feel like you've got two kind of groups in some ways. Where you've got this one group that just don't really have any aim or like personality or anything and are kind of lost and happen upon this kind of stuff. And then you've got other ones who are like already into loads of weird shit as it is. They're already kind of deviant anyway. So this is kind of quite mild for them. You know what I mean? I'm guessing this person might be the latter, you know?
Guilty. I used to think that I was just another boy witch, but turns out that's not the case.
Probably hexing me now. She should be. Hey, I haven't been mean like once about her as a person. Listen, I'm trying to be nicer, okay? I understand that I seem mean to some people, and it seems like I'm just trying to be like horrible to trans people, but you know, it's not really like that. We're friendly. We're just having a friendly one-way chat, you know?
Case. That was not the case, and it might not be the case for you. Okay, now we're getting into the heavy stuff. Number 14. Do you feel like having to be the strong one, having to be the person who puts themselves out there, opens the door, lifts the heavy item, is constantly a workhorse, and is there to protect the women around you? Do you feel like you like protecting women, but it's a hardship having to put that tough persona on all the time? Do you feel like it's a costume that you wear?
Did she just like, are we just making this up? Did she get like high one evening and write it down and be like, oh my God, that's going in the next video. That's so amazing. I don't even know really like what she's saying.
Like Frank the Rabbit said in Donnie Darko, why are you wearing that stupid man suit?
That's just being a man. Yeah, I know, right? Like, what the fuck are we doing now? We're just making stuff up.
Number 15, do you like pampering yourself? Are you known to take a bubble bath every once in a while? Do you make sure that your feet and your hands are smooth, soft, and callus-free? Do you look in the mirror and kind of like examine here and there and like do little tricks like hair removal and tweezing your eyebrows, stuff like that? That might be a sign.
Every Donnie Darko fan is trans, to be fair.
That you were meant for something different. Number 16, this is a big one. Number 16, does the feel like the actual texture of boys' clothes, of men's clothes, like hurt a little bit? Does it feel?
Aren't men's clothes and women's clothes made out of the same stuff? That's really weird. Surely they don't literally make women's clothes out of different, like, fabric. Do you know what I mean? Right? I'm starting to doubt myself, but I'm pretty sure, like, what?
Feel uncomfortable. Similarly, are you not the biggest fan of having only the choices of black, white, brown, dark blue? Black, white, brown, dark blue. Black.
I've seen a hell of a lot of men's clothes that have got colors on them. I see men wearing like colored clothes all the time. What is this person on about?
White, brown, dark blue. For any of your tops, pants, or jackets?
Oh, hey, get some 420. Yeah, I'm a bit bewildered. Supposedly this is the less jokey version of the last one. It feels like a massive joke, but like the comments are turned off. So like if they were parodying, surely they wouldn't do that, right? I don't know. I'm so bewildered by this. And we're only like halfway through as well. It's like how many more crazy things are we gonna hear?
If you would like to have a little bit more
Yeah, most guys I know wear more colorful clothes than I do. Like I only wear like black and like beige and like gray.
variety in your wardrobe, if you would like to have a few more options when it comes to the way that you dress in your garb, and you're not all down with black, white, brown, dark blue, hey, maybe you should be checking out the women's section of Goodwill or Marshall's. Just saying. If
Excuse me. Restricting themselves to gendered colored use. Yeah, true. It's bizarre how much like stereotype comes up. Like, I don't think I really started noticing until recently. He's wearing black. Well, that's a kind of bluish top on, I guess. I don't know. I guess the pins are meant to be like the color, but when I see loads of pins everywhere, it just kind of becomes it's a bit like when someone has loads of tattoos. To me, it just becomes a kind of blur, you know? The only thing I know about clothes is men's clothes are mostly big. Yeah. But they're not made of different material. It's like, you must be like imagining something, and you should probably be speaking to a therapist about that if you're actually experiencing that. You know what I mean? Or like, speak to your mum, like maybe a fabric conditioner is not very good or something. I don't know.
if boys' clothes seem like they're a little bit too itchy, a little bit too stiff, a little bit too boring.
See, this is actually like autism. Because I like get that with clothes quite often.
And you wish that you could do something different, that you could express yourself a little bit more with what you wear.
Like, I hate loads of like textures and like feelings and stuff, but like, isn't that just like normal for some people?
That's a pretty strong indicator that you might be transgender. Number 17, the music you listen to. Are some of your favorite artists Shakira,
No,
Alanis Morissette,
not really.
Shirley Manson from
Not really.
Garbage? Do you find that you identify with like angry 90s females?
I listen to some like angry female singers, but I don't know.
Okay.
My dad likes Alanis Morissette.
Let me ask you another one. Do you like electronic club music?
No,
Do you like electro swing music?
don't know what that is.
Do you like goth music like Susie and the Banshees,
Not really.
Bauhaus, The Cure? Maybe there's a reason why your musical taste is different than your friends?
Is that gonna be, there's gonna be like, surely you'd have plenty of friends with that music taste. I've known plenty of people. I actually, like, my music taste tends to be like stuff that most people I talk to don't really know about. Like, that's pretty like obvious kind of stuff.
Number 18, and this one's kind of a question for you. Try to think of yourself in your old age. Try to think of yourself when the best years of your life have passed you by, and your hair's turning gray, and your skin is becoming a little bit more wrinkled, a little bit more worn. Are you a man or are you a woman? Do you see yourself more as a grandpa or more as a grandmother? Thinking in the future of yourself in your old age, do you see a man or a woman?
Well, I imagine if you already think you're trans, you're probably gonna imagine the other sex, right? Like, what's your confirmation bias? Okay, you're that. Well, yeah, obviously.
Do you see a grandpa or do you see a grandmother?
Imagine yourself in the future. Feel down in your pants. What's in there?
Well, there you go. Number 19, when you are with friends, when you're with romantic partners, does it feel like you have a really deep secret that you haven't told anyone yet? Does it? Does it seem like you have this like deep, deep secret that if they only just asked, you would tell them and you're dying to tell them, but you're afraid
Are you already keeping it secret from people? Maybe you're keeping a secret that you're trans from people because you're trans. I mean, yeah, probably.
Afraid of what they might think? Again, you might be queer, you might be transgender. Number 20.
I'm not queer. If you call me queer, I will actually throw hands. I won't really. I'm a pacifist.
Things like Axe body spray or men's colognes, when you smell them, it kind of offends you a little bit. Or reversely, it kind of turns you on a little bit.
Oh my god. Is something marketed towards men? Then you might not like it. Like, what? Aren't we supposed to be saying it's this, like, innate thing that you have, like, this gender identity that's different? But also, anything marketed towards men, it's like, somehow you have that innate thing to not like things that are for men. When they're only for men because they're, like, marketed that way, you know? Like, I don't know. It's making the whole thing seem a bit silly.
If you yourself cannot picture wearing a heavily scented man's cologne smelling...
Oh, hi Nomad, you're okay? Trans equals angry 90s female. Yeah, there you go. If you were one of them or like those kind of things, then you're probably trans.
...like a man, chances are you might not be a man. You might not be a dude. 21, you're more into girly foods and beverages. You're more into like wines and seltzers.
Girly foods.
To girly foods and beverages.
Oh, please tell me what these are. Jesus Christ. I thought we were supposed to be like reducing the amount of gendered stuff in the world. But no, food and drinks are girly now.
You're more into like wines and seltzers than you are...
Do you drink wine?
...are strictly into beer or whiskey?
Well, girly drinks are wines and seltzers. I don't know if they've mentioned foods yet, but I don't know, like salads maybe? Pink foods. Yeah, I feel like that pink sauce.
It's a small one, but it's an indicator. 22.
Oh, we're not going to get foods, just wine and seltzers. Okay, great.
22, when you're at work and you're surrounded by your coworkers, and then your boss comes up and says, "Good job, ladies," or "Good morning, ladies." It makes you feel good to be included. That's probably a sign. It always used to make me feel good. That is a big sign. That always made me feel better.
My male friends won't order anything other than beer in a pub in case people question their masculinity. That's crazy. I went to uni with someone and she'd only drink like half pints of beer, but she was like kind of butch and like feministy. It was really weird. She'd feel like, I don't know, like it was not feminine or something, but it was so strange.
When I was surrounded by my coworkers and my boss would just be like, "Ladies, you did a terrific job today."
Yeah, I was a fanboy when I was younger and like I pretty much always drank beer.
I'm like, "Thank you." And then they're like, "Oh, but we forgot you." And I'm like, "No, you didn't. You included me right the first time. Thank you." 23, this can depend on the type of person that you are.
This autistic categorization thinking based on sex norms trans people do is funnily enough the cause of bigotry. Yeah, it kind of is. Yeah, it's wild. We just kind of, I don't know, I get mixed messages because it's like this kind of thing is supposed to be bad, but at the same time, this kind of thing is what we're like into and what we're pushing. It's confusing.
This might not pertain to everyone because I do know a few girls who this does not pertain to. You're not big into...
You get hockey lesbians, fair enough. Hockey isn't really big here. I guess, I don't know if lesbians like football like the guys do, but probably. I don't know. Football is what people like here, so.
Sports. You don't know much about cars. You're not the biggest hunter or athlete.
You don't like stereotypically male things. Yeah, it's crazy. It is almost being like, if you don't like these kind of things, you must not be a boy. It's really strange. I don't get it. Like, that is like super aggressive when you think about it. But that's what we want. We kind of want it to be so sexed that if you like things that aren't the stereotypical thing for your sex to like, then yeah, maybe you should be the other sex. You know what I mean? Like, it's weird how often like the gender crit perspective actually feels like the progressive perspective, where it's like, well, you're male, but you can be whatever the fuck you want because like that's what you are. Oh, hi Wolfie, how you doing?
That kind of activity stuff just doesn't appeal to you at all, no matter how hard you try or how much you want to be there for your friends and family. I would much rather
White people drive like this, black people drive like this. Yeah, I'm sure there are like crazy people that say shit like that as well.
be an artist, a writer, doing something in the kitchen, taking care of children, than I would want to like go fishing or mow the lawn. That's just me, but maybe that's you too. And lastly, number 25. If you wish that you could be a woman, or if you wish that you could meet transgender women and just like ask them questions, pick their brain, what would it feel like to be intimate as a woman? What would it feel like to like live this way my entire life? If you
Much the same. Maybe you'll be more like comfortable if you feel like actual gender dysphoria. I don't know. You'll still be alive and you'll get to experience whatever you want to experience pretty much.
you ever dream about being a woman, or you wish that you could be a woman,
It's like a comedy bit that was misunderstood to be serious. Literally at the start, they say they did a previous like 10 signs you may be transgender, and that was like a jokey one. And this is meant to be the more serious one, but like it doesn't feel that way. I don't get it, but like the comments are turned off. So it kind of feels like surely if it's a parody, they wouldn't have done that because they wouldn't really care, you know?
then the answer is you are
You have a question why you have those dreams? No, just go on. Let's just go with that, I guess. Yeah, exactly.
probably 100% trans. If you were born one thing and you're wanting to be this other thing, you are that thing. Go for it. Start. Be. If you were born one thing and you're wanting to be this other thing, you are that thing. Go.
You are what you want to be. I want to be rich. So I'm rich now, I guess. I'll check my bank balance in a bit and see if that just goes up magically. Anyway, yeah, if you wish something, then you're probably it. So there you go.
Go for it. Start. Begin the work today. The longer that you wait,
If you see how society treats women all nice and you like that, you're probably yeah, well, kind of.
the more you will regret it later. You can start at any time. Don't get me wrong, you can start at any time, but you are going to appreciate yourself a lot more if you start early, if you start as soon as you know. Take my advice. If you know this about yourself, if you know that you're transgender and you're just like, I don't know how to get started, or what will my friends think, or what will my family think? Will I lose myself? Don't bother with all those what ifs.
Yeah, don't think about any of the mitigating factors of changing your entire life, potentially making a fool of yourself if it turns out that you don't really have the genetics that mean you might look halfway decent. You know, don't worry about any of those like questions. Don't address any doubts you might have and weigh it up. Just do it. We need as many trans as possible. We're having too many kids anyway. You know what I mean? This is like the TV show Utopia, but in real life. Instead of like spreading a virus that's got like some kind of infertility element to it, we're just transing them. Way easier. This is genius.
Start the work. Begin the process. See what you can do to begin today. Even if that's like, just shaving your arms and your legs.
Why is there a don't wait and start early narrative in this circle? I think that's something you wouldn't want to rush and think about a few times. I don't even know why they seem so like pushy and urgent about it. Gotta take action before puberty sets in. Yeah, I guess it seems like it's aimed at like a younger audience. Like this person probably isn't sit there thinking, oh, I wonder how many 34-year-old post-op transsexuals are going to sit and watch this and attempt to make sense of it, you know?
Even if that's just working on the voice, even if that's just changing up little things about your wardrobe or applying subtle details, like fingernail polish here and there. Begin today and start enjoying it and practicing it.
Oh, hi, Wolfie. The easiest way, if they want to like join my Discord or like send me a message on Discord. Like either way, that's probably the best way. And if they want to talk either on stream or off stream, like just let me know when's good and we can work something out.
And working towards your
What gender am I if I wear dresses, love makeup, start every day with a Starbucks pumpkin spice latte from my hot pink tumbler, drink wine with the girls at Applebee's, and occasionally stretch my balls? I don't know. I think that sounds a bit like agender, binary fluid, demi-neutroids. I think those are the people that do that, but I could be wrong. Let me check more of my my trans handbook, and I'll get back to you. I feel like I would want people to ask me, "Are you sure?" before some drastic surgery. Yeah. Well, I mean, you know, when I went through it, they very much were like clear with the like we had consultations first and stuff like that. You know what I mean? I don't know how they I don't know how it works, to be fair, with stuff nowadays. Yeah. Get them to send me a message and we'll have a chat. That's cool.
goals, because you are going to want to, when you finally get there, when you finally are like, wow, I'm it, I'm who I've always wanted to be, you are going to kick yourself in the butt for not starting as soon as you thought.
Okay, that's the urgency. And I should have thought about it myself, really, because like your hairline's going to be receding, blah blah blah, you know. There's going to be stuff you can't, you know, undo if that goes too far, you know. Natalie, hi, I finally caught in your streams. Hey, good to see you.
So as soon as you knew. It's not a bad thing to start a little bit later due to safety issues or family issues, but you are going to, when you finally get there, regret waiting so long. So
I'm sure I probably used to think that like I regretted waiting too long. But then I don't know. I was kind of I was kind of stunted, I guess. I don't know if I would have been able to fully process like the ramifications, if you know what I mean. So
advice would be just try. Just test it out, see if it works for you, get the ball rolling.
Just do it. Just come out to your friends as like Sarah and then potentially drop it 2 weeks later with all your guy friends with no explanation, and they'll think it's totally normal. You know what I mean? Baby shark person from Reddit. I don't know who that is.
By no means must you have all of those checked off to be valid as a transgender individual. You can have only like 2 or 3 of those.
I wish someone would like what does valid mean? What's valid? What does it mean to be valid or not valid? What isn't valid in trans?
And still be trans. You can have only 1 of those and still be trans. On the other hand, if you do have multiple of those checked off on your list, yes, this applies, yes, this applies, you might want to think about it a little bit. You might want to go back into your past a little bit and be like, are there any signs, any indicators telling me that, hey, I might in fact be transgender? Think about it. So if you've enjoyed this video, let me know by...
They transitioned surgically and then got assisted suicide. Jesus Christ, that's terrible. I should probably look into that. Like, not on a stream or something, but like, shit. Like, fucking hell. That's why I want people to be careful, you know.
Hitting that like button. Also, if you have any questions or you just want to tell me...
I'm glad at least they weren't saying, you know, experiment with hormones and stuff and treat them like toys and like treat, you know, your physical sex or whatever as if it's like disposable. I mean, you get people who end up like losing their hair because they took tea and then getting older and then getting dysphoria because they've got no hair. You know what I mean? And like, wouldn't it have been better not to go through that? But then so often these people are like so like brainwashed in a way. You know what I mean? That they're convinced that it's fine. Like, oh, I'm just changing my gender, you know, and they're just, you know, pop tea for a few years like it's nothing. It's like strong stuff, you know what I mean? It's crazy. Oh yeah, no, I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm just really not on Reddit like ever.
Thanks. You can go ahead and write so down in the comments below.
Ooh, no, you can't. No, you can't. No, you can't. You definitely can't do that, I'm afraid. Sorry.
Share this video with a friend. Other than that, I love you all very much, and I hope that you love yourself too.
Listen, they seem sweet and all that, but this was like patently ridiculous. Like, I don't even know what I'm supposed to take from this. I guess it's not a great indicator of like trans attitudes towards sex and gender and like stereotypes and stuff. This is why I believe that gender dysphoria is ultimately just a deep self-hatred and or unworthiness. I think where I disagree with that is because I don't know, I have like compulsions towards being feminine and stuff. Oh, you're trans, Nikolai. Congratulations. I'll see you at the next meeting, yeah? Oh, on Kiwi Farms. I don't go on there either, to be honest with you. What was I saying? Yeah, like, I don't know, I've had a lot of stuff to like contend with in my life, what with like trauma and like mental health stuff, and I have like had self-hatred at points in my life. But I think as I've dealt with stuff like that, it hasn't made me less like dysphoric. It hasn't made me less compelled to be like feminine and sort of be perceived a certain way, you know what I mean? And I still don't know really where that comes from or why I have it, but it's just kind of always been there, you know what I mean? But yeah, I think that's where I separate on that. Oh, you're not trans. Well, I'm deeply disappointed in you for having me on about trans. I don't even know what I'm talking about. We need to watch something else because yeah, brain rot. So